Now, Sam, could you spare a thought for the real victims in all of this big tragedy, this big pandemic that is, affecting everyone across the globe? Could we just spare a thought for the true victims?
Of course.
And
Who are?
who are they? Well, the people that
Yes.
the people that have been having affairs. How are they to continue? How are they to do this, Sam?
Now they got to break the relationship and the law. These poor people.
It's a tricky business. You thought it was hard beforehand. You thought it was hard before all this rubbish. Now that they've had to lift their game to a whole new level.
But where's the adultering union? Where are their people representing?
You're not hearing from them.
Nah.
In America, there's lots of protests going on. Maybe they are protesting this kind of thing. Now, come on. I guess they can't come right out and say it, can they?
No, it's like a little secret.
They just need to kind of
codes.
imply it in some way.
Maybe it's a meeting place. Maybe those little protests are a little meeting place. Oh, yeah, free us. Hey, what are you doing this Sunday? Oh, yeah, bit of that. Oh, well,
Maybe.
I'm going to be at this protest, maybe around that pillar in the back there, in the background. Hey?
Maybe,
Let's
but
make it happen.
they are the forgotten people, Sam.
Yeah, we do have to remember them. They survived the great earlier pandemic. That was the Ashley Madison data leak.
That was beautiful. That was
They've had
that was
rough.
one of the greatest things to have ever happened. I mean, I think that when people were learning to be hackers, everyone a lot of people think of hackers as these evil people who sending you messages from Nigeria trying to steal all your credit card information. But there is a white hacking movement, and I think that is just the most beautiful. I mean, I'm all for people's privacy, but I just can't help but love that.
Except when they're doing the neighbour's wife. I see how it is.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
okay.
it's
Everyone has the
poetic
right
justice.
to privacy. Oh, but yeah,
in
When they're fiddling
its
the nips.
purest form, poetic justice in its purest form, Sam.
It's poetic justice, but I'm against it on principle. Of course, we should be able to adulterate on our own terms.
On our own
Actually,
terms,
probably not. I don't know.
Except
Or if
our
you're going to get
significant-
hacked, they can't do it all at once. They have to do targeted hacks. It's like where they do the global surveillance. They take everyone's data and all your Google searches. No, you got to do it. You got to pay for the PI to take the photos out the back and do it in an individual style.
So
That's what
yeah,
it's going to be.
it's like the copper has to apply to get your phones tapped. You have to have the suspicion, and then you need to get the private investigator on board, and you need to have some investment on your part. You can't just be told for free that your partner's cheating on you.
Yeah.
Can you?
Yeah,
I
it's
mean,
too
that's
easy.
just- the email list got released. It's like, where's the effort on your part? It's too easy.
Yeah.
I see where you're coming
that
from,
should be the
Sam.
rebuttal. That should be the rebuttal from the person who got caught out. It's like, oh, yeah, how'd you find it? Oh, some emails. Oh, yeah. I'm going to respect that. I mean, did you put in the hours? Did you put in the overtime? I mean, that's how you turn the conversation. I think turn the argument on.
It's a crazy age we live in, where people using their real emails. That's where it probably that was where they first went wrong. Surely.
Exactly. What if someone uses your email? I guess they'd have to know your password if you're going to have an activated account.
Was it just emails, or were names released as well? I don't even know.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I've gone full water bottle today, Sam.
Nice. I've got myself a ceramic Japanese tidal wave mug for the.
That's that
people playing
famous
at home.
wave that I can never remember the name of.
Yes. Some sort of fancy tsunami. I don't know.
And it is a mug the size. It's fit for Jesus. Look at it.
I need my hydration, John. But anyway, what we're talking about adulterers, I was just going to say that, sometimes I have a wandering eye, but that's a condition. It's not.
Yes,
it's not,
I think the viewers to the Sam and John, to the Sam Time YouTube channel will be familiar, surely, with your wandering
every
eye.
now and then, especially when I used to do the longer streams. I used to do longer live streams, 3 hours. By the end of that,
was
old
all
Lefty,
over the
he was
shop?
just getting a little tired. He just wandered off. No one knew.
It's getting a bit lazy.
Yeah. No, the other one was just getting too attentive. That's what it is. It's not a lazy eye. It's a very overactive.
Could you put it to good use? I mean, you've got you're looking down the barrel of the camera, but you've also got to keep an eye on the comments. Could you keep one eye on the comments and one? You need to
Here's an idea.
take a perceived weakness and turn it into a strength, Sam.
I have noticed that because it's something to do with the focus as well. I can be reading a book pretty much with the right eye, and sometimes the left eye can see something in the distance in perfect focus because it's got the it's gone all out of whack.
That's like some
I'm
weird.
like a frog or something.
Well, that's the thing. That's the weird thing. I've always had this thought every now and again, like when you look at a bird or like one of those. There's a word for it, like the bi-optic. There's some word for it that means you've got
Yes.
eyes on the side of your head.
Vision?
Oh, I think we've got the binocular. Maybe I think we've got the binocular vision, both pointing out at front. That's why we can see 3D really well. Panoramic
That's what predators
vision.
have.
Yeah.
That's what the adultering people have because they're predators. Judge the distances. How big are those knockers?
Well, that's it. I mean, they're on the prowl. They've got to be, very.
You have to know.
You have to know. But I think it's panoramic vision they call it when you've got each side of your head. But it's like, how does the brain? I mean, it'd be normal for them, but the brain, how does it like process that panoramic vision? It's hard to imagine having any other vision than what's in front of you. Like you think walking around, you can see what's in front of you. When you can see everything everywhere, it's kind of like, what am I doing? Where am I walking?
But that's what I find weird with having with the two eyes. Usually the right eye's seeing what I'm seeing. So if there's an object and there's something in front of that object that's blocking the right eye, then it looks like that's in front of it. Whereas on the left eye, maybe it's not in front of it. So that's what I find confusing about you normies. If something's blocking your right eye but not blocking your left, is that thing in front of that other thing or is it not? How are you seeing two things at once? That's what I don't understand. You're the bird in this situation. You're the seagull.
I kind of don't really understand what you just said, but I'm sure the listeners did because it's not like you not to make any sense.
They've got eyes where you wouldn't imagine. Eyes you had one. Yes, you had an interesting image one day that you brought up. Can't remember why, but if you had a head that had eyes all over it, you'd no longer so much see. You just know what's around you.
So if you got eyes all around your head, you'd have. Unless someone turned the light off, I guess then you'd be kind of screwed. But that's the thing. If you had 360 vision or all everywhere, like what would that? How would you know which way to move? I guess you'd get used to it, wouldn't you? It's just whatever's normal.
Have you seen those 3D videos on YouTube where if you're not looking at it through the VR, it just shows the whole 3D image and it's some sort of weird orb looking vision?
Haven't they fixed that though? Like I was looking at some video the other day where you can, if you're on a phone, you can actually, and for people just listening, I'm moving my hands around with my phone. Like so the phone's geometric gigabot can kind of tell which way you're facing and you can look around the video.
Well, it doesn't work with that on the BlackBerry. I'll tell you that much. Maybe the BlackBerry's the problem.
Yeah. So, and then when you're on a computer, you can like get your mouse and like drag around the screen to move it around.
Yeah.
I think that was early days YouTube with the it just having the weird sphery looking thing. But if you're literally just looking at it through your BlackBerry that's probably running on HTML2, then maybe that's where the issue's coming from.
That was the good HTML2. That were the golden years.
Pre-Flash.
But if you have eyes all over your head, maybe that's what you'll see. Is just that annoying YouTube video, and you'll be stuck with that. And you'll just say, "Oh, I'd rather be blind. I'd rather be blind than this weird sphere world." I don't know.
It is weird. I mean, it's like when there's that thing on YouTube a while ago about the flat Earth people and all this kind of stuff, and that's the whole thing. Like when they're looking at when they're trying to judge distances between things and look at the flight paths, why do they go in these weird directions? It's all because dudes, they're trying to put a globe, a sphere, on a flat rectangle map. And that's why
the answer.
That's why it doesn't make sense. They're like, look, it doesn't make sense. It's like, of course it doesn't make sense because it's not freaking flat rectangle. It's just it's a guide. When you look at that map of the world as a rectangle with everything where it's a guide. All right,
Are you a round earther, John? Are you a round earther?
I'm a spheroid, whatever you bloody want to call me. But yeah, the thing is, like when people used to have atlases. Do you remember an atlas? So, there's the big
like
book
Google
of all
Earth
the maps. Yeah, it's like Google Earth book form. You know, you could watch it as you Well, anyway, it had those weird ones that kind of look like that 360 vision thing that you're talking about. It was like these weird like little shapes, and it would like little sections that look like little.
Yeah,
not teardrops, but you know what I mean? It had all these little sections, and that was a bit more of a accurate representation of it all, but it was hard to kind of look at because it wasn't a rectangle. So they're like, we'll show it as a rectangle. But I don't know if I'm talking about this, but anyway, it is similar.
One of their arguments
I had an argument there.
Makes sense. Where are the people? You got flat Earth. Where are those people describing that Earth that you were on? The pointy Earth cut into different slices. Where are those people? We need more diversity in our conspiracy people.
Yeah, maybe the Earth is like, because it's kind of like a bit of a crisp, like a thin crisp, like a potato chip. It's like these little wedges of potato chip, and you put all the potato chips together, it becomes a sphere, but it's like a fractured sphere, and it's like, where are the fractured spheroids in this argument? That's what I want to know.
Those are the ley lines of the Earth. That's where you get to.
They're on the fringes. See, to be a flat earther is no longer fringe. You need fringes upon the fringe. Perhaps
further beyond extreme.
Perhaps the Earth is a fringe.
Here's an argument. Yeah, it could be a fringe. But one that I heard is with the whole Earth thing is apparently there's no flights between Western Australia and South Africa. Is that because of the global conspiracy of a flat Earth, or is it just because WA people just don't like Africa? They're all racist, John.
I think. Are you sure it's not Melbourne? Like Melbourne? Which
maybe
side?
It's Melbourne. Maybe it's just Australia in general.
Because it's like, which side is it on? I always get confused. I don't know it enough. But I remember hearing something like that.
Yeah.
Well, I heard one of these arguments once, and it was like, why when you go to America? It was like, I'm going to get this wrong, but it's you got to think of it like, all right, you're in Europe or something, and then here's a point on America. Why does it go past like Dubai or some kind of crap like that? Like, look on the map. It's like you draw a straight line. Why doesn't it go in that straight line? And it's like, if you grab a globe, like those things that are on like weird old mahogany desks.
Yeah.
An actual globe, if
sometimes
you look
they
at
have
it.
liquor cabinets in there.
Yeah, they're awesome. So if you look on one of those, which is a representation of what the actual Earth is, and you draw a straight line between the 2 points actually on a ball, it is a straight line. It's only when you're looking on that guide of the rectangle flat map that it doesn't make any sense. So it's hard
because...
because...
worse when we go into space, I'll just say, with Elon Musk, he's going to have those spaceships that shoot up into space and then plop down in like 40 minutes anywhere on Earth. Those will be like a really sharp point. That's going to get people super confused with those ones.
What do you mean by like a sharp point? What do you mean?
Well, if a normal plane does a small curve, imagine if you're going all the way into space and then coming back. That on a flat map, forget about it.
That's just going to blow the whole game. And I mean, like, space is weird because, like, what is even? It's all relative. It's what Einstein was talking about. It's all relative to, like, what's moving, what's staying still. Nothing's still. So something's moving, but how is it moving? Well, compared to that, it's moving this way and that way. But compared to everything, it's kind of like flat. I don't know. It doesn't make any sense.
I think people in the comments should explain space to us. Explain it. They're pretty smart.
Space.
There was last episode. I believe. Sorry, I don't have it in front of me. It was either $2 Gaming, I think, or Nacho Man sent a comment about again we're going to recap the pooing episode where
I thought we'd get through one podcast without bringing up some sort of toilet related.
My accolades will live on throughout the series of Sam and John. And then Richard Anderson says, Sam, you got to do it while walking and running. Apparently, that is achievable now because another commenter said that apparently that's what they do in marathons.
I have
seen
seen
a look
that.
at their butts.
There was like something. Sorry, my chair is crap. I'm trying to fix it. Yeah. So I have seen that. I think there was one. I can't remember if it was a Commonwealth Games or an Olympic Games, and there was a walker. It was a walker actually. Like one of those dudes that are like, wiggling their butt trying to walk as fast as possible.
What an embarrassing sport. I mean, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, guys. Just run.
Not cool. Just run.
Anyway,
it's not worth it. They don't look very healthy either. I mean.
He was in that situation. He was in that situation, and he's actually literally getting sponges and putting it down there in the crack just to kind of, because I think he was like chafing as well, which is going to happen if you're pooing while
you're
walking.
Wearing it in there. You really
you grinded it. I mean, does it act as a lubricant? Who knows?
Oh, did they test him for the advantage? The sport advantage.
Maybe.
You're not allowed to poo.
And then, I don't know. It's a long day. The sun's out. Does it start to dry and crack? And who knows?
Cool.
It can't be a good thing.
Yeah, you got the ants going up the leg, and they're leaving a trail behind you. Confuses the other players.
It's the Olympics. So, what are you going to do? Are you going to stop and cost yourself? This is where your power to poo quickly would come in really handy. If you're in the Olympics, in a marathon, it's like, I can't stop because that's going to cost me at least 2 minutes, and that's going to be the difference between fourth and first place. But if you had that superpower, you could be like, not a problem.
You see me?
I'm going to deal with
it. I just drop off into the bushes. For pang! You just hear an explosion. Like, what was that? That was so fast. It broke the sound barrier. Bang! I'm back. That's how quick. I just get it done.
Like that Incredibles boy when he's putting the pin on that teacher's desk in the Incredibles is like. Anyway, you haven't seen the movie.
Deleted scene. He went to the restroom in between. Well, I don't know. It doesn't sound like a very pivotal scene in the movie, John. Oh, his teacher's desk had a pin on it.
The Incredibles is a good movie.
Good movie, but didn't quite keep in the memory bank, that one about the teacher's scene. What do you think? Have you seen Incredibles 2, the second?
I think I might have. Is it any good?
It was all right. I mean, you can't top the original. I mean, it wasn't so much of a cash in, but it was just
I think from memory that's one of the ones that they did justice to. I often don't watch kid movie sequels because they're usually absolute rubbish. Most of them back in the day would go straight to VHS. I think Aladdin had the Return of the Jafar or Return of Jafar or some rubbish.
Yeah.
That's kind of like Return of Jedi. It's like 3 letters away from Return of the Jedi. Anyway.
I didn't mind that Return of Jafar one. Maybe because I was a little kid. Yeah. I think you had evil genie in that one. Genie turned red and evil. Oh no, Jafar turned into a genie. Spoiler alert.
No, well, you're going to miss out now. Well, there was Lion King.
When are they going to remake that one?
There was Lion King 2 and 3 apparently. In fact, I think
Kovu and Kiara were in.
Oh, so you've seen them.
2. Don't know number 3 though.
I don't know. I think Ben has seen them. Our brother Ben has seen them, and he thinks they're fantastic. I refuse to watch them.
You refuse? You watched the new Lion King?
Yes, I did. And it was rubbish. No, it was all right. It was good if you hadn't seen the first one, I think. I think that's the thing. You're always, it's like that whole thing, when you've read the book, you don't like the movie kind of thing. It was everything was just, it was the same, but it wasn't exactly the same. And then where it wasn't exactly the same, you're like, they might as well have done it exactly the same because the old way was better. Why did you change that? And it was missing some cool jokes, but it was if you had someone that had never seen it and just watched that, they'd be like, yeah, it's a good movie. But I couldn't, it was cool what they did, but yeah, for me it didn't have the pizzazz, didn't have the they didn't put the heart into the show tunes. That was the big thing for me. It didn't have that
subpar singing.
It had no oomph. It had no
dance numbers.
Puffed chest. Scar didn't. Yeah. I didn't believe him. It wasn't coming from the inner depths of his blackened soul. That's the problem.
Yeah. Yeah, they need to recast those 3D animations. Those characters need to be more 2-dimensional. Is what we're saying.
Yeah, I mean, that was the last hand drawn one, I believe, to ever be made.
Or was it hand drawn, or was it?
It was
they
hand
kind
drawn.
of did it on computers to make it look
no, hand drawn. Proper hand drawn, real deal. It was the last one before they just went full. I can't be asked. There's an easier way.
Yeah. Well, with old technology, you spoke of VHS. Did you know that Disney, they used to not always have their movies available on the tape. They'd have to do from the vault edition. So it's limited time edition. You can get your Dumbo and
then they'd stop it, and that was it. It was, I think, it was like that whole keeping it scarce, so that they, when they do release stuff. But I think Lion King was one of those ones that never came out on DVD. I don't think it ever came out on DVD. I could be wrong, but it at least didn't for a very, very, very long time.
Well, DVD has its faults anyway. Here's my problem. Here's my beef
with DVD.
Yeah. Look, I went down to Cash Converters the other day. It was a nice. Sometimes they're a little overpriced for their secondhand goods. For those out of the country, they're
all the time.
What do you call those places?
Pawnbroker. But it's like pawnbroker. It's like your McDonald's of pawnbroker, though.
Yeah.
It's kind of like,
they had DVDs available. Some of the older ones, $1 a DVD, $1 a movie.
Yeah.
That's not bad.
That's pretty good.
That's not bad. Quite a selection. Got a few. Picked up one. It was apparently Hannibal. He has his own movie, not just The Silence of the Lambs.
Yes. Yeah. I remember that coming out. Haven't seen it. I reckon that's one of those sequels. Is it?
Yeah. It was all right. It was all right. It's not. Oh, and there's John's camera's gone. Okay, well, John's been replaced by a black square for those.
It happened on your show yesterday, didn't it? This exact thing.
My camera blew up.
Let's blame it on YouTube. The censors. We've just
live
blown
censorship.
it wide open. Oh my god.
Yeah. Well, this two-dimensional block object John's been replaced in. I reckon it's an improvement. It's not bad.
It's not bad, is it? This is good.
Yeah.
Do you feel like providing the audience with a little bit of filler? Well,
I'll provide some fill up. You sort out your camera, and I'm gonna say my beef about VHS. Okay, so here's the thing. I put in that Hannibal Rising DVD, ready to watch some video. It was a night. I said, no to Netflix. No, I'm going to have physical media. I'm going to get off the couch, put it in the tray. Turns out that one of the most terrible things with DVDs that I never knew existed. Well, I did know existed. I didn't know to this extent.
I imagine I'm probably out of focus, Sam.
Skippable ads. Oh, John,
Hello.
you're lucky you're not in focus because this is.
Oh my god!
You will want to focus on the travesties that's happening. So while John does his thing, unskippable ads, unskippable DVD ads.
Better?
John,
Unskippable DVD ads. If I'm not in focus, you can just cross your eyes.
Exactly. Well, that's my vision most of the time. My right eye, you were in focus. My left eye, you were out of focus. See, John? That's all about.
I'm splitting the difference here.
Why not?
Anyway, proceed.
Have you heard about that? Have you heard about non-skippable DVD ads?
No.
Wow, they had to process a lot of
ads. Are you talking about like the pre-ads? Yeah. So you put it in and it shows the previews coming up. Is that what you're talking about? Yeah. And you can't get to the main menu. Yeah.
You'll have your FBI warning. You'll have your, this is brought to you by Miramax McGee, yada, yada, yada. All right, sometimes those are unskippable. It's a little annoying. They last a couple of seconds. That Hannibal movie, the DVD, had 5 or 6 movie trailers that you could not skip. No button would skip it. Little tricks online said, hit, stop, play, stop.
And this is presumably something that you can buy with your own money, this DVD.
Yes.
That's
no wonder someone sent it back to cash converters.
Yeah, I just can't.
They should have burnt it. It's cursed. What's worse, Hannibal the movie or Hannibal the person? I don't know.
Back in video hire days, where you'd hire a DVD from the place, like you might be able to think, okay, cool, it's part of the gig, whatever. But they used to use the same ones that you could buy. If you bought this thing, you'd be really pissed off. It's like that was the good thing. So this is the scourge of digital technology in every sense. They have so much control over everything, like the way that things can be authorized through the internet and all this kind of stuff, and your keys for your software and all this kind of stuff. It used to be when you bought something, analog thing, it's like, I buy this microphone, it's my microphone, I have it in my possession. But now there's probably like new microphones that are like digital microphones that make them sound better, and that if you don't pay a subscription, maybe all of a sudden, because it's connected to the internet, the microphone stops working. You know what I mean? Like there's things they can do. Yeah. And in the old days, like you get a tape, you fast forward the tape, they can't screw with that. You're physically winding that tape. They can't mess with it. So you could always... They used to have the previews, but you could fast forward them. You'd have to sit there in real time. Okay, come on. But, it would work.
It happened with printers. I think HP or Epson, they got in a bit of trouble because they retro firmware updated their printers so that it wouldn't work with no-name brand printer cartridges because they got those chips on them. They can identify if it's a brand name one or not.
There's probably like some little RFID thing going on, a little handshake.
Yeah, a little handshake. Apparently...
This is an hour overpriced cartridge, and see, this is the and
print.
This is,
but then it got overturned. Thank goodness by the courts. They saw reason, so people could use their.
I don't know how. I don't know if I want to keep. I don't know how interesting this is, but I'll say it anyway. Because apparently those printer company, like where you can go down to Officeworks and buy a printer for $40. The printer probably costs $50 to make. Or like they sell it at a loss. Or they make next to nothing on these printers. But the thing is, that's the whole thing. It only takes a particular type of ink. And so you end up paying $30 every time you want to refill it. And that's where they make their money. So that's
Such
where
a large wall. When you go to the printer thing, they have a special kiosk that says, "Oh, you have this printer. You need this ink number 34527." You go.
I want black. I want black ink. Where's the black ink?
And sometimes they mix a little bit of blue in the black ink, so that it runs out on a little bit of the colours as well. That's what I've heard. Hey, we got pretty conspiratorial this episode. I'm just throwing it out there. That's what I've heard.
I don't know. We busted open the Devondale cheese fiasco last episode. And so now, I mean, I'm calling them out. HP, Epsom.
Oh, indiscriminate.
I don't even have any evidence. I don't even know what I'm saying. What am I accusing them of? I don't even know.
Wow.
But
it's on the record
they
now.
know. They know. They know.
That'll be in the papers. That'll be in the
They know.
John, I thought I'd bring things down a little. I wanted to depress.
All right.
Usually you're the one who brings up depressing stories.
That's why you're here, Sam. Go on.
All right, that's it. I've got something. So again, with the whole lockdown business, they were ending it in a certain area of the world, which I'm finding out now. But anyway, the lockdowns were coming down.
Ending the lockdown, okay.
Yeah, or they were easing them up a little in Kazakhstan. Kazakhstan. Oh, no.
This
is actually very quite serious.
They'll never live that down. They sued him, and it's never going to work. That's the way.
Yeah. The whole apparently Batman. There was a country or a town called Batman that sued the movie Batman for giving him a bad name.
Good luck.
Must have had bad reviews, that one. Anyway, this one is actually quite bad though. Is a woman? She was celebrating the lockdown easing up by taking a selfie, a bit of a photo, a special photo on top of a edge, on top of a cliff type thing, posing for a photo, and then she fell and then died. Kaput, John.
Survived coronavirus.
Yes.
Didn't survive.
Died by the celebration.
The celebration of so on a balcony or something like that.
It was like a big mansion. A big mountain. I don't know if you can see this. I'll show you there. Those on the.
But you got the shot. Is that the shot on the left?
Yes. They got the shot. So there's that.
Oh, hang on. I can show people these things.
Make it big for the people at home.
I forget. So the magic's already gone. I ruined it before.
Yeah, but that's fine. But it is good to know that at least she did get the shot.
She did it for the gram. If she didn't achieve the gram level.
Yeah.
Oh, no, that's a bit. I thought I was going too far.
That's a bit too far.
I thought,
all right, settle down.
I thought I was going a bit.
All right.
No,
everyone. Who did that? Oh, what? That was a glitch. Another glitch. Your camera turned off. My computer's playing things out of nowhere. I
no. I just like making you feel bad, Sam. That's all that's about. But, this is because the one I was going to make fun of didn't die, so we can talk about that.
There we go.
There's someone else. I was watching that ambulance show the other day. You know, they have the ambulance and they follow the paramedics around and all this sort of thing. And someone at this beach with all these rocks, you know, you can imagine the waves going up against the rocks, and it's like this beautiful place, and this, you know, everyone and all these Instagram, you know, people, they get dressed up in little swimsuits and love to take bloody selfies and all this sort of stuff. So she was taking a selfie on the see, now I've lost. We're going. Doesn't matter.
What is happening?
My curtains are showing.
Holy smokes! Again,
Bloody
describe
hell.
what's blowing up here for the people.
That doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Just look, you can see Godzilla's taking over in the background.
Assume John's making all sorts of errors.
For people listening on audio, thank you, lucky stars. Anyway, so this woman did the same thing. She's standing on the end of a rock to get the perfect angle for a selfie, and a wave comes, washes her over. She knocks into the thing and like breaks her leg and gets, you know, cut up all the side, and she's all needs the ambulance to come and all this sort of stuff. It's just the lengths that people will go to. Remember planking?
Yeah. Oh,
that was even worse.
Oh, that's deadly. That's deadly. Someone do a plank on a balcony on a high rise, fall down?
Yeah. For people that don't know, because there might be some younger people that don't know, I think this was probably about 10 years ago. Anyway.
Was it that long ago?
Plank. It was this craze. This is before Instagram, I think, even. Or maybe it was around the start of Instagram. I don't even know. But anyway, it was a thing where people would just take pictures of themselves acting like a plank of wood, being flat,
lying totally stiff and horizontal.
Yeah. And they'd take a photo and they'd share it on the internet. And then it
And in precarious positions.
Well, I think it started out in just like absurd positions. It's like I'm planking in the living room. It's like I'm planking at school. You know, I'm planking on my desk, and then it just escalated, and you got people planking in all these weird places. And then like the danger thing kind of is, oh look, I'm planking on top of this sign. I'm planking on top of the bridge, and then someone like, I'm planking on a bloody balcony, and they'd fall off and die, and like multiple people died. From
I think
planking.
that's just what happens with every prank, isn't it? Even the most mundane ones somehow go too far. Like that splashing water on your head one.
The ALS, the water challenge.
Ice bucket.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some people did that with the giant bulldozer scooping truck thing. So they had a giant trough of water over their head, and they were going to splash it down on them. But as they were bringing down the arms of the truck that had the big bucket of water on it that they were standing under, it didn't just tip it over, it kind of slammed it down on their heads a little bit and gave them a good whack on the head.
I never heard that one.
Woo! Youches. I think
crazy.
they all survived, I think. But
Like, again, it just starts out as this innocent little, tip some ice water over your head and raise some money.
yeah.
Well, that old codger was raising some money in UK. He's doing all right.
Old codger, who's that?
The Captain Tom. You're living under a rock, mate.
Jeez Louise, are you talking about old... is this pre-planking days?
Ground control to Captain Sam. He's
What is going on?
He was this old dude, his old war veteran, and he walked around his garden to raise money for, I think, the NHS.
Walked around his garden.
He walked around, he's 100 years old, man. So he's walking around his garden, and he like went around and around. He walked a lot, man, and people were loving it. And it was going to be his 100th birthday, and he got like
probably going to have a heart attack. It's probably bad for his health.
He got like 1 million birthday cards, and he's a super. He's like bigger than Kanye West now, Sam.
So he went for a walk.
He went for.
This is the thing.
I think it was a long walk.
So salty and jealous. People online, farting in buckets, waffles falling over, getting fame. Old man walks in his garden. 1 million letters, 1 million rounds of applause, bigger than Kanye. He doesn't care. He's too old now. He's too old. What's he going to get? Another 1 year of happiness? Where's my happiness, John? I've still got a good few years in me yet. Jeez Louise.
He fought in the war, Sam.
Oh, how long are we going to say, oh, well done?
How is that compared?
Why are we celebrating him for fighting in the war instead of walking in his garden? Say, look, I saved you guys and your freedom and everything back then. Oh, but now I'm just walking in the garden. Oh, you walked in the garden? Oh, what a great thing. Priorities, people.
All right, when you're 100, I'm going to make you walk in the garden and see how well
I'm going to do
a
lot more than walk in the garden. Either that or I'll say, no, I don't need your accolades. I've done my bit. I had 100 years to do something great.
You will never say, I don't need your accolades. You're an accolade. I'm not going to say the word, Sam. I'm not going to say the word. You love the accolades. You're an accolade band.
I need to go walk. I need to go walk in the garden. Is that what people are saying? People are noticing on the.
No
vision,
one's going to care if you walk around in the garden, Sam.
I see. Oh, what's this favoritism? Bloody! What do you have to do? What do you have to do in this world?
Well, see,
it's like this one kid, he got super excited that he got a new subscriber once. And he was like 8 or 10 years old or something. Oh my God, a new subscriber.
Stop teasing me.
That video went viral. That video went viral because like, oh, he got so excited. Let's subscribe to him and then let's see how crazy he gets when he gets 1,000 subscribers and that. No, that's breaking his spirit. He gets excited for a month or two. They realize he's got no real good content. They're going to stop watching his video. He's going to tank in the views and you've ruined his entire career, people.
Yeah, so you've just pointed out that it would have fizzled out anyway and it was false and all this kind of stuff. So justice has been done, Sam. Justice has been served. That's true. Where is he now? He's nowhere. Yeah. Or maybe you should look him up. Maybe he's like flying high.
He's a superstar now. Yeah. That one girl on Dr. Phil, she said, "Cash me outside. How about that?" She's now a million songwriting artist thing.
But do you reckon she really made it? Or do you reckon some record company just screwed her over and just like said, "Oh yeah, come do this thing. We'll make," and then the contract just said, "Yeah, we make 14 million and we'll buy you a new doily for your trailer. Don't know.
Yes, hopefully. Kids love their doily. So the old guy, he's going to die soon. That kid, his dreams are crushed, and she's going to be broke on the street soon anyway. So that's okay.
She'll spend it all on
night.
big TVs and meth. Like it's not going to last very long.
Let's get.
It's like if you gave Ben Cousins $1 million. It's not going to last very long.
Ben Cousins.
Oh, this joke went even further than I thought it would.
Wow.
What's the sport ball thing again? How do you
ball happened?
Yeah. Anyway, that's your homework for next week, Sam.
Okay.
Look up Ben Cousins.
Learn a little bit about these famous people. Okay.
International people will be scratching their heads along with you, Sam. But the Australians will be shaking their heads at you, Sam. I got to tell you.
Oh well. No sport ball talk.
No sport ball. Well, it's been fun, Sam.
It has.
It's been good having a chat.
Yeah. Good little chat. Solve some issues.
Good. We had a few issues. We still got an issue. There's a shadow forecast falling across Melbourne as we speak.
I definitely see a shadow. 3 more weeks of winter, everyone.
I got to get this arm looked at.
Oh yeah, how is that going? How is your?
It's missing. No, my arm is pretty good. My wrist is pretty good. It's I can bend it most ways. Oh, that was weird. Again, the audio listeners will be thankful they weren't watching the video. Okay, so it's not 100% strong. I can't go ride on my mountain bike again, but it probably doesn't want that to happen anyway. But yeah, it's coming along. It's coming along strong, Sam. Thanks for thinking of me.
You're going to get a million cards. You could do just like 100 thumbs ups. I hurt my hand.
Probably.
Thumbs ups.
I might just try just to see your reaction and savor in your salty tears.
Upload it on Sam and John, so then at least
then you'll get something out of it, and then you can be slightly less bitter.
Yes.
Look, just rest in the knowledge, Sam, that you do have an enormous wave mug, and not everybody has one.
Yep. Thank you very much. This was from other brother Ben Time from Japan. I never understood how good gifts were, because like I didn't get anyone a gift when I went to Germany, because I thought it's just going to be
there's a lot of pressure.
Tacky.
You're there for you. You're there on a holiday, and you got to spend think of how much money a day of a holiday costs. You're going to spend half that day looking for gifts for people. Come on.
And I'm going to use up that pack in my bag, but then because I thought, it's just tacky gift shop stuff. You can get that at any gift shop anyway. But when I received a mug, it's like, okay, it is quite nice, isn't it?
It's nice getting something. All right. You've convinced me as well, Sam. I think I'm going to do the same thing. I think I'm going to do the same thing, Sam. Look at this.
Well,
we're
thanks for watching or listening, everyone.
We are back in our studio, Sam. It's working. You can see me. You can see you. You can hear me. You can hear you.
It's beautiful.
That's
almost the
beautiful
fundamentals of audio-visual entertainment.
It really
being able
is.
to hear and understand the hosts.
We're doing well, Sam.
We're doing well. Goodbye, everyone.
I'm good as well.